For the very first time under our Fry Warmer lights, your MC tonight and co-founder of the Silk City Flick Boys, give it up for Justin
I just wanted to do this. I wanted to say it. Cool. That guy. So thank you all for coming.
Welcome.
This is going to be a wonderful disaster. Okay, so let's get some jokes. I wrote them down. I'm just kidding. I want to pull this out because I want to kind of show you some of the support I've been getting on Facebook. A lot of my friends have been very awesome to me, so I'm on Facebook now. And, okay, so I'm not going to say their names, because I should say their names, you're right. So here's one, this is a good one. I can't wait to come, I'm going to throw apples at you. That's cool. Support. Just so you know, we're bringing in a carton of rotten eggs. Break a leg, seriously. That's my favorite one. That wasn't a good one. And this was a good one too. We will heckle you and throw tomatoes at you. And that's the support I've been getting from my friends. I just thought to myself, you know, like what other job, like where they want to throw stuff at you. I mean, if I was a barista for the first time, would you go to Starbucks and order like a grande vanilla soy chai latte and throw it in my face and say, go get them. So I thought that was crappy. But thank you very much. So anyway, so you know, being 37, I thought to myself, you know, things change as I get to this age. But one thing that I noticed when I was growing up is I could drink a lot, and I still do. It's just not the same. You know, when I was a young kid, I could drink like a gallon of vodka, and the next day go to where I had to go, and my 7th grade coach was like, "Are you sure you can handle this?" And I'm like, "I feel good. I can run it out. You know, run it out, sweat it out. It's fine. It's fine. I'm okay." Now at 37, I drink a glass of white Zinfandel. I'm like, someone's got to take me out. My misery is awful. I just want to say this table, ladies, up here, because my girlfriend's here and she's a brawler. So keep it up here, sailor. But you know, like another thing about changing when you turn 37 is I like to run a lot. So just like my car, when I start my car, which is old like me and has duct tape as part of it and stuff like that, I turn my car on, my check engine light comes on, and I'm like, I hear you, I get it. You know, the check engine, I totally get it. And so like my health insurance is kind of like what I do when I bring my car to my mechanic with my check engine lights on. He just turns it off. That's all he does. So I just say, you know, I'll just work through this because I don't have health insurance, as a 37-year-old should not have. So, you know, I like to run, and I run about 2 to 3 miles a day if I can. I try. I know you're probably thinking I run more than that. I don't. So anyway, so you know, I like to run, and I always see like an obstruction, you know, like some kid's big wheels left out, which you should get beaten for, but you know, anyway, it's still out. So you know, I like to run, and as a kid, I'd glide over. At least I thought I was gliding over this big wheel, which is stupid because they're little. And I like to run and jump over things. And now, you know, I still have the same mentality. I still feel like a kid, you know, and I see like a garbage can. The other day, like somebody's garbage can was knocked over, and I was like started to run, and I got this energy, and I was going to glide over it like I did when I was young. And I was getting there, and I said, you know, I should probably run around it. Instead, I didn't think I could land properly without hurting myself, because remember I have the check engine light thing going on. So that's different. You know, I don't do that anymore. And being 37, you know, I've been with my girlfriend for 8 years, so give that my girlfriend on the plus. I don't know how she's done. I think she actually might have broken up with you. She works a lot, so she. What's that? Well, awesome. Thank you for that. I know. That's what I get. That's what yeah, right. So that's awesome that you went there, because that's what I was. This is good. So a lot of people may ask you, hey, you haven't married her yet? Right? So I get that a lot. So, and then I think to myself, you know, well, the people that asked me when I was a kid growing up, as a young guy, my friends were kind of like, guys do this to another. They say, here, smell this, and you smell it, and it's like bleach or something. And you're like, oh, it's awful. And people like push me, like, you should get married, why aren't you married? And I just think, you know, I'm nervous, like the battle of the sexes thing is there. First, how many girls in the audience tonight? And how many guys in the audience? Really? See, women are more competitive, obviously. Guys are like, I don't care. Here, she made me come. So, that's a thing for me. So I think to myself, since the beginning of time, there's been like the battle of sexes. Since Adam was gracious enough to take out his rib and make the beautiful Eve, they were running around happy, each one wearing one leaf only. And it was sexy and fun, and they had a great time. And then after a while, Eve says, she says to Adam, she's like, you're going to wear that same ugly leaf every day? Like, can't you get a new one? And he says to her, yeah, but you're wearing like 7 more leaves than when I first met you. And it's like different. And then things just kind of get competitive, So there's a lot of competition. I feel like almost like marriage is like, pick one from your team, you pick one from your team. The priest gets together, he's wearing a black and white like an umpire, and he says, you ready? You ready? Like the octagon, you go, let's get it on. And and someone ends up broke, and it's awful. But I'll never forget the first day I realized my girlfriend wouldn't marry me if I wanted to marry her, which she bought me a PlayStation 2 once, because my buddy had a PlayStation 3, and I just came home when I was like a 12-year-old. Not because of the faux hawk, but because of the PlayStation 3. I was like, it's so cool. It's like the coolest thing in the world. And you can play Blu-rays on it for you, and I can play video games. And I didn't even think how idiotic I sounded when I was like saying that. But and then she was kind enough to buy me a PlayStation 2. I don't play it. I kind of put it in a box. I'm kind of cool with it. I'm busy. I'm a working man, sort of. So, I'm doing my thing, and then one day, it's like a winter day, and I pull out my PlayStation, I get a bunch of snacks, I get a soda, and I'm like playing. She goes to bed at like around 8:30, and she has to get up at like 5:36 in the morning, so I'm playing, and all of a sudden I hear some ruffling in the other room, and I'm like, okay. So she probably has to get up to pee, no big deal, it's probably midnight. And I looked at the clock, and it was like 5:30 in the morning, so it's like this massive time travel of PlayStation 2. And I'm like, what do I do here? Like, it was like Mission Impossible. Should I shut off the TV and like hide the power button because I don't want to stop playing? Or should I just like give up and shut it off? I don't pretend I'm sleeping, and I didn't have enough time, so I just was like, playing PlayStation still, and but I felt like I should have just said, I'm watching porn. I feel like she would have been cooler with that. And then she had a look on her face like, my 37-year-old boyfriend is playing PlayStation for like 12 hours. And I knew right then and there, she's like, this is awful. So.
Hey, Pam, I was only kidding about going to the bathroom when I'm up. Kidding. Yeah, that makes sense, I know. I'll wait. So, I was thinking while I was back there about knocking at doors. Thank you. But I stopped immediately when I got on stage. So, I was thinking when I was a kid, because we was talking about that before, me being a kid and whatnot, a long time ago, of people knocking at your doors. And I think that now that Ed McMahon's dead, there's no real reason to knock at your, answer your door if someone knocks. And I thought to myself, it's funny because when people knock at your door, it's like, it reminds me of when I was a kid, and we were kind of poor growing up, so it was like a big Rent-A-Center family that I grew up in. Does anybody remember? Is there a Rent-A-Center even now? I don't know if there is. There is still? And like we would rent stupid stuff like lamps and stuff, like we gotta make our house, let's Rent-A-Center everything. And the problem was we didn't pay for anything. So what would happen is that you'd get a knock on the door, and my stepfather would be like, get down. And I'm like 7 years old, and I'm like, why are we getting down? Like, what's going on? And you'd see people looking in the window, and I would have to hide under the lamp that we rented. It was like really weird. But sometimes you answer your door, and it's a guy, some big, fat, burly guy selling magazines. But every once in a while, you answer your door, and it's like there's someone you're really attracted to, and you're like, wow, she's kind of hot. I get along with her, and this is fun. I'm gonna buy everything she's got to be cool. And you end up buying everything, and then after that, you're like, you have no date, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with all these Girl Scout cookies anyway? Seriously, I have nothing to. I have so many Girl Scout cookies, and she was not even remotely attracted to me. I don't think. The dead mother was like, you should go to a new house. Like do-si-dos for days. Love Girl Scout cookies. That was a Girl Scout cookie joke, not a Girl Scout. I'm not trying to, actually. I don't at all. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to introduce a new comedian.